Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. And I just want to say thank you all. Just thank you. 2013 has been a crazy year, and we've had some good runs, some pretty awesome runs, and some pretty much bad ones that I won't do ever again. But no, I'm getting serious here. First off, I want to thank, of course, you guys deserve it. I want to thank you guys. 20 subscribers. I know that's pretty much the average, but I would have never guessed I would get 20 subscribers for doing all these things. I mean, because, normally, one person would just stick to what they do best. And for me, that's everything. I dance, I just post clips of shows I like, I do rants, reviews, look-ats, and unboxings now. I mean, so that's pretty much 7 different things, well, more like 6, because I'm done with the dancing. But, no, seriously, guys, from the bottom of my heart, just thank you all. And there are a couple of people I want to thank. My friends, Jackie, I think that's how I said your name. My friend Zach, please support his channel and his big comeback. My friend Joseph, and oh man, just so many. And of course my brother, because he's been supportive of this thing. I want to thank my family because, the day that they pretty much found out that I was going to do this stuff, they just said go for it. And most of all, I think the person who needs no introduction and who deserves a bigger thank you than any of us is Sean Long, because, it seems like I've been friends with him for about 5 months, and he's a good man. I'm very happy that he got 1,000, 1,000 subscribers. So, yeah, that's just amazing, man. I never would have thought that he would have done it, and I knew he could do it. And big shout out to him and his girlfriend, Natalie. I love you guys. You guys are just you guys are my good friends, and I hope we get together someday, and we could have some fun together, man. But most of all, I just want to thank, again, you guys, because you guys make this possible. Whether you stuck by my opinion or not, you still gave me, just a big opportunity to do what I pretty much thought I could never do. Because when YouTube came out and the concept of just looking up anything, I would have never guessed that I would be doing this from now on. But yes, hopefully 2014 will be a good start. On February the 1st, I will be getting a new HD camera with the tripod. So this is the last time you're going to see my videos recorded in this space. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm doing this, as always, without a script. So yes. So I think, as a treat, I think I should give you guys, because normally, some people have been doing their top 10 favorite movies, TV shows, or games of 2013. Well, I really haven't gotten into games, but I will give you my top 9 favorite movies and Blu-rays of 2013. Now, some of these are on Blu-ray, and some of them I have not seen because of setback issues, but I will mention them. Alright, so, without further ado, we got a big stack of movies of 2013. Just wow. Alright, let's see. We're gonna pick. And Star Trek. Oh my god. Amazing film. Better than the first one. I did not see this in the theaters because I actually didn't see it the opening day. I saw it in theaters, but I wanted a genuine impression. So when I went to go see it, I was just blown out. I didn't wear my Star Trek uniform. I just went in, I'm a part-time Trekkie, but I love this movie. Oh my god. And it's hard to believe that, that the same guy who played Khan is playing Smog. That's just so amazing. Can't remember his name, but yes. So, pretty much, yeah, I mean, Star Trek Into Darkness was great. I just love the film. I mean, drama, you know, the journey they went through, it was just amazing. So yeah, that's Star Trek Into Darkness. I'm going to try and hurry this up. I'll put that aside there. Now, next film we got, and I'm sorry I put this on lower, but what can you do? Iron Man 3. Now, I waited to see this on Blu-ray because, again, I wanted to see what it would look like. Now, many people said that the Mandarin was the big letdown in this movie, and I'm one of those people. Now, before I say my thoughts on what I thought of Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin, let me say, Iron Man has had a lot of tough foes, villains, but none of them are more menacing and more in control than the Mandarin. And when I heard he was going to be in the third movie, I was just hooked. And I liked how they went it. They didn't picture him as green or super strength. You know, he was just pretty much an ego-terrorist. He was kind of like Bane, except more sinister and more laid back. But the letdown, he was just a throwover, so that pissed me off. But Ben Kingsley, say what you will, the guy turned 70 today, and he actually did a pretty good job. I liked him. He was very convincing. Robert Downey Jr. did great as always. The acting was great. I'm just saying the ending is where I drew the line and where I'm pretty much, you know, it pretty much went out on the Dark Knight ending because not many people, it took the Dark Knight Rises ending because if you compare the Dark Knight Rises ending to this, then I'm pretty sure you'll get some connection. But that's that. We got 7 more. So, which one would be? And number 6 is another end to a franchise, which I'm sadly sad to see this go, but Hangover 3. Now, a lot of people said this one sucked, and I said, hell no. I mean, was it as good as the first one? In its own respects, no, because it wasn't trying to be better than the first one. It was trying to end it the way, you know, the director had to end it. And look, it even says, a perfect ending to an epic comedic trilogy. Now, the first one was a masterpiece. The second was a rehash and a piece of crap, but still enjoyable. I had a few laughs. This one was just the end to that, and I liked that, you know, and it kind of made me pissed off because spoilers, if you look at the end, you know, it looks like they're going to set up a teaser to the 4th one, but sadly, that's not going to happen. So yes, the acting was great, you know, the gang comes back, and, you know, to help Leslie Chow, who is funny. Everything is just funny about this movie. I know I put it a little lower on the list because in its respects, it's not as good as the first one, but it was still enjoyable. Now then, we got the main 5, and we're going to start off with Despicable Me 2. I love the first one, and this one, my God, was even better. The first one was geared toward kids and teens, but this one was geared toward young adults and adults alike, because there's a lot of adult humor, there's a lot of adult kissing, and I like that. This one is just so better, and I can't imagine how the third one's gonna be. But all I will say, in short, to sum this one up, just amazing. Just amazing. Alright? We got 4 left, the main 4. Now, here's a movie that was sadly underrated, and it was to kick off this year. And I think it's, as a prequel, it did okay. And that is Oz the Great and Powerful. Now, do not get me wrong. Not a lot of people are including this in their list because In some respects, it was not as good as the book, but it tried. I mean, you can tell that, you know, Sam Raimi has done a lot of good movies. And I think, you know, he was trying to follow the source material as he did. I mean, James Franco plays. No, he is Oz because, you know, he plays, you know, the typical jerk / jackass who pretty much is cold, you know? He doesn't care. All he wants is to be the best magician, like Harry Houdini. But he doesn't care about other people's needs. I mean, he tries to win over women with that music box. But then in this movie, he goes through a change. And Mila Kunis was very scary as the Wicked Witch. I mean, she was up there with the original, but she was the young Wicked Witch of the West. Great acting, you know, this movie may get nominated for an Oscar, and I hope it does, because the visual effects were pretty good. But, that's it. Now, we're down to we're down to the main four. And we might as well kick off with We're the Millers. Oh my god, just gotta say, loved this movie. I mean, I really didn't think this movie could get any funnier, but it did. I mean, it pretty much won at the box office, and it even says, look at this, it even says, by far, the funniest movie seen since The Hangover. So, this was funny, this is probably the best funny movie since The Hangover. And I just said that, it's amazing. The acting was great, and, you know, there was, if you have not seen the ending, there is when the outtakes, when they're in the van, they're listening to the Celebration song, they pop on the Friends song, and then they start singing, and Jennifer Aniston is like, oh my god, she didn't want to be reminded of it, but she laughed, she had a good laugh. This movie was fucking hilarious, and I loved it, and I will watch it again and again. Now, top 3. Which one of these movies will be my number 1? Well, another comedy, which I saved the best for last. This Is the End. By fucking God. 3 comedies that I loved. You know, 4. Despicable Me 2. We're the Millers. Hangover Part 3. But none of them can come as serious comedy as This Is the End. I can't even describe this movie. It's a fucking awesome movie. But it was good. Now, last 2, gonna wrap this up. Man of Steel. The most overlooked and underrated movie. You know, some people hate it, some people like it, but for me, I will always love this movie. This is the Man of Steel movie we needed, and I can't wait for the sequel. The acting was great, and I hope it does get an Oscar. So yes, this is without a doubt one of the best superhero movies. It's actually, I would go as far as say it's better than Iron Man 3, because Iron Man 3 had a shitty ending, and it just couldn't get the job done. Now then, last movie, and then I'm gonna wrap it up and say Happy New Year. Kick-Ass 2. The other underrated movie that was crushed at the box office, but overall, it was a good damn movie. I loved it, and I really hope that this movie gets a third one, because it's obvious it's going to get a third one. But the acting was great, the violence was great, the drama was better, the picture, all of it was just good. So yes, that is it, guys. Thank you all for watching this. Thank you all for supporting me. And I hope to bring you more videos soon. But until then, as always, this is Richard Kenobi saying, may the Force be with you. Happy New Year and happy 2014 to you all. Be safe.